All right, welcome in, everybody. My name's Alex Wren from Lifetime Quantum Wellness, and I am so excited for our subject matter of our Wednesday Circle today. We are going to be talking about some pretty exciting stuff. We're going to be talking about having faith and trust without evidence. What does that mean? Why are we getting in that brain space? And we're going to just do a little review of our serving from our cup. Or, I'm sorry, serving from our saucer, not our cup. Yeah. And then we are going to be talking about deepening the understanding on why we use the theta brainwave consciously. And then we're going to be talking about redreaming and creating life as art as opposed to reactionary. And then the final thing that we're going to talk about is detoxifying our world and what that means at multi-levels. So sit back and relax, go grab a notebook. We're going to be getting started here soon. I'm just going to let some more people into the circle. And if you want to join our circle, there is a link for a Zoom registration below that you can come in and get some one-on-one help or group help. So go ahead and grab a notebook. There might be some things that come up for you. Happy to see you here and happy to see you on the replay. So sit back. We'll be getting started just in a few moments. Gotta turn on my mic. Welcome in, everybody. So thankful that everyone's able to come in and be able to receive this training and be able to receive this remembrance of who we are on the inside. So my name is Alex Wren from Lifetime Quantum Wellness. So happy to have you here live on Facebook, on Periscope, on YouTube, and so happy to have you here on the replay. So sit back and grab some notes. We're going to go through some training. We're going to go through how we can be keeping ourselves at that state of excellence and working through things that are traumatic, or how we can heal and then create what we want on the other side of that trauma. All right, so we have our diehard Sue here with us today, and everybody else watching on the live. So I'm just going to jump on in. So what we like to do is we like to really get our soul engaged. So we're going to do some movement. We're going to get some movement going on so that we can be able to deepen the learning. So we're just going to get our energy up, and we're going to just be able to flow. So here we go, you guys. So let's see here. All right, let's dance, y'all. All right, there we go. Just let that little kid play, you know, just like move your arms, move your legs, maybe stand up. Woo! Bow, bow, bow. Woo, there you go. You've been probably working hard all day. It's good to like get that smile back on your face, right? Get that smile back, be able to play. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to play with our little kid on the inside. We're going to be able to heal. We're going to be able to expand. Woo! All right. All right. Thank you so much for doing that. I just like to be able to click into that kind of higher energy so that our brain can be flowing. You know, it's like maybe it kind of wakes us up. Wake up. So today, actually, let me go ahead and get into my screen share so that, let's see, so that my participants can be able to see what we're talking about here. And, all right, there we go. All right. So we just cannot keep calm because we're so excited. We're so excited about the amazingness of this process, and that's why we dance it out. We just like get our energy up, and this process is so amazing because we can be the healer for ourselves. We can be having that control over ourselves and realize, hey, I'm the creator. I'm in control. There's not someone punching buttons to make me go. It's you. It's me. It's you, right? So welcome on in. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I always like to go over something that we want to share, something that we are really excited about, that we has been good news or an aha or a personal breakthrough. So I'll start, and then I'll let Sue touch on something that she's happy about. Excuse me. So a yeehaw for me is having a project come in and having the people have an understanding of what that value is and saying yes to that value. So I'm excited for the forward movement with this project. It's a rather large kind of like auction where you're raising money for the rest of the year. So there's a lot of, it's high stakes, right? So I'm excited about the new equipment that I'm going to be able to bring into the fray of just making my job as a technician even easier. Because I don't just do healing like this where we're able to retrain our brain. I'm actually a technician of many things and a trainer of theatrical and film. So it's a lot of fun to blend the edges between being a trainer like this and being a technician. So that's a little bit of a woohoo for me. And I'm excited to continue forward movement because I've been having amazing conversations with a couple of the drama teachers, what they think the next year is going to look like, and just supporting them with those dreams, being able to redream a new dream or redream an old dream and look at it from a different way, from a different filter, and just be able to support that ability to say yes, and we can do this, and so I'm definitely in a both and a yes and culture right now. So very exciting times. So Sue, what would you like to celebrate and for the past week that you've been working on?
Well, I'm not so sure that uh, the past week in terms of work has sort of been usual, but what I really want to celebrate today is just living where I live, being so grateful for being where I am and where I live in this world. It is something I'm extremely grateful for, and I just wanted to acknowledge that today.
Very good, very good. I love it. And that's a brilliant place to be in because you're giving thanks to your surroundings, giving thanks to your habitat, giving thanks to the wonderful wind that's surrounding your habitat and what that can bring to you, the messages, right? So wonderful, wonderful.
Thanks, Alex.
So today we're going to jump into our. Oh, let's see here. I don't think I. Now I know what I did. Let me just get this fixed here for you, Sue. Da-da. There we go. Okay, there you are, my dear. And so we're just going to step into our transformation. We're talking today about some pretty cool stuff. And so, what I want to start with is remembering that we were created in the state of genius. We were created in the state of, like a star, like that God being. Um, and I say that because as we grow up, we start to learn these filters or these lies from our tribe that we mistakenly might have fallen into. These traps of program, and just I want it to be a remembrance that we always want to be in that peace and joy, because that's the state we were born in, and to become more aware of the unsupportive programs that are running us, so that when we have that moment of that argument with inside of ourselves, we can actually realize and go, oh, that's actually my comfort zone, and I need to realize that I'm in the middle of shift. I'm in the middle of a process where I can create better good for myself. So I just want to have us be in a remembrance that when we operate from our greater capacity and our source mind, we're using those unused portions of our thinking mind, and we're connecting to our greater potentiality. And what an amazing thing to be able to do in a moment, right? That's why we, in this process of the one command, we consciously are accessing our theta brain state. So we'll get into that in a little bit more, but it's really super important to just remember to everything we do to be in joy and love and peace. Because when we're in that joy and love and peace, it's easier for things to show up than in an unsupportive energy or frequency where it's going to more intentionally block that good coming into us. So today we're going to talk about having faith and trust without evidence that's tangible quite yet. Okay? So what I mean by that is when we're doing this process of the one command or shifting and changing anything, when we're in the process of change, there are things that can show up in our lives that's just it's just a tape. It's just a repeat of a program that has been running in us to keep us safe. And that's been keeping us safe. It came into our lives from 0 to 7, and even further after that, we start to get societal programs and more tribal programs. So when we're clicking into the other side of knowing that we can have the opposite of an unsupportive or negative emotion or thought pattern or belief structure, then we're actually trusting that practice without evidence. And you're starting to experience a new reality that which is one that you created. And we're always creating our reality. We just don't necessarily realize that we're creating these blocks that we come upon, or these lies that we tell ourselves, right? Because it's just something that we learn by accident. And you start to be in this creation mode of the good and trusting and knowing that it's going to arrive and it's going to look like this, because you can have that outcome and know what you want to see on the other side and have focus on that instead of focus on, oh, what if it doesn't show up just right? Or, oh, what if the timing's off? Or, oh, many, many things that you could say to yourself, right? So when we start to be in that new creative good, you start to exclaim and maybe be in surprise that, oh, I asked, and look, there my good is. And when we do that, when we acknowledge it, it's the same as what we did at the beginning of this show, where we acknowledge something that is good in our life that we've been working towards, or something that showed up, and it's the acknowledgement that can continue that pace of forward movement to happen, because we're acknowledging, our subconscious is hearing our praise in that thing that they brought into reality, right? And after a few experiences, this is where the ego can kind of say, yeah, it's true that I'm no longer in charge, but this is a much better way to live, and a much better game to play. And I like it. I'm getting everything I ever wanted. How can I argue with that? Well, the ego is going to start to argue with that if we allow our programs to continue to stifle our good or cover up our God self, our source mind, bringing those pure potentiality connections in and the answers that we've been looking for. So we have the tools to answer the argument inside with the ego as they arise, because the arguments are just our survival programs. They're those programs that have been in place for your protection, for my protection. And we can thank them. We can be in this appreciation and gratitude as they're arising. So, because then that creates ease to be able to clear them, be able to let them go. If we're in an opposition of them, oh, that was in the past, that has nothing to do with me now, that's going to be the thing that's going to stick. You need to be in the flow of thanking it and being in appreciation for what it has done for you up to now, and be able to move forward in a different direction, be able to pivot in a different direction. So the parts of you that have protected you in those old ways will join you in the new ways once they have a new understanding of safety in each and every way and every experience in your cellular body. So the more and more you start to bring in that love and acceptance of this new way, the reasons for your defenses will be replaced with your greater capacity. That power within you is so great, where you can live within peace and safety and trust and riches and cash, positive and supportive thoughts, and many abilities of riches coming to you. Oh, looks like we have another person joining us, so I'm just going to let them on in. And, whether or not you are rich and struggling financially or between, we all have our beliefs. We all have our programming that we have grown up with. And it's every piece of the journey that's unraveling those blocks, that's unraveling those limitations. Hey there, Fran. Welcome on in.
This
Thanks for
year,
joining
Hawaii
us.
votes by mail. All voters will receive ballots by mail in the address you provided in your voter registration. So if you're registered to vote, look out for your ballot around Hawaii.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm just going to keep going here. So we're not quite to the point of formulating our commands. And I'm just going to keep going on my transmission of the couple subjects that I wanted to bring into play for us. Let's see here what happened. Something weird happened here. Boop. There we go. And there we go. All right, so something we talked about last week was serving from our saucer and not our cup. And I just wanted us to remember that phrase of what I was talking about. And the phrase I want you to really bring in to play is always being in service, in constant service to yourself first. Because as we are being in service to ourselves first and bringing in that self-care, we can then have that overflow of the self-care that we're pouring into our cup over and over and over again. As we're pouring our self-care into our cup over and over again and having it overflow to our saucer down below, that's where we can serve others from, so that we're not having this depletion of ourselves as we're trying to heal or give or share parts of ourselves to help others shift and change, right? So I just wanted that to be a little bit of a remembrance while we're doing this self-care, to continue down that road. Finding, if it's not a program like this or a one-on-one session with someone like me, find that one-on-one session or that coach, or finding that podcast or program to plug yourself into every day, so that you can be in that self-care pour. You can be in that constant flow of self-care is going in and coming right out, because I have the ability. I'm in my 120%. My 20%'s down here in my saucer, and I'm able to serve that 20% to my clients, to my audience, to my anybody. It has to go for anything you do in life. When we're full of self-care, we can operate at a higher octane level because we are full. We have the ability to reach out, reach a hand out and say, I can help you. I know the answers. So, and we serve others better when we're powered up, right? So, another thing that before we click into more about redreaming, I just wanted to talk a little bit about mechanics around creating our state of excellence and our theta state. So what we can do is, we always have those times in our day when maybe we're feeling a little unresourceful, where we're feeling a little overwhelmed or powerless to the situation, or maybe we're defensive, something's coming up, or maybe we're scared, ooh, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, I'm a little worried. So those are unresourceful, lower vibration states. So in a moment, we can make a state change. We can go, I don't know how, I am more in the state of awesome, or I'm more in the state of clever. or celebratory, or more in the state of groovy or joyful, right? Just switching into those states. And something that I want us to think about and always remember is, yes, we can switch into those states in our brain, but I want us to find, like, where does groovy show up in our body? Where does powerlessness show up in our body? And to be able to fine tune, okay, that's right about here, maybe in my ribs, my powerlessness for some reason, and be able to feed in, be able to visualize, I'm going to feed in creativity. I'm going to feed in abundance to that powerlessness feeling, right? Because then we're using our emotions to shift our physiology. And that is huge and really part of what we're doing when we're using the one command and we're shifting into this this teaching and this practice of being 100% responsible for our complete reality. So when we're creating our state of excellence and our state of support or resourcefulness, we always want to be finding where that is in our body, and even if we can't find it, to start to create that state in our body. I'm empowered in my heart. I'm feeling excellent and excited in my head between my ears. I am feeling magnificent in my throat. I'm feeling playful in my tummy, right? So how those things, or I'm feeling magical in my legs. I'm feeling passionate in my feet. What does that mean? Well, it's we're pushing that emotion to those physical parts of our body so that we're being more in tune with it on our entire body instead of just in our brain. And then we have these physical blocks that we come up against that we need to desensitize ourselves from. That kind of helps do that because we're basically unanchoring those unsupportive ways of being that we carry around in our body, and we're re-anchoring as we're focusing to those places, as we're firing that positive emotion into those areas of our body. So that's something that we can always practice to kind of create those state changes before we are going up and doing our work in Theta when we're using the one command, or even doing it as we come down. If there's something that comes up, we can just shift it. Oh, I'm going to bring some resourcefulness into my leg here. And I'm going to bring some celebratory creativeness in my other leg. And woo, now I'm off and walking, and all of a sudden these ideas are coming to as I'm walking. So things like that. Clearing the way for new support to show up because we're actually moving our neurology and letting that energy go back into the ground, because energy is never going to start again or end. It is. And so it's how we route it in our body that's going to be to our benefit. All right. So I'm going to talk about, I just talked about our the one command and using our theta brainwave. And I guess I just want to talk about the different waves that we have that we're constantly operating in. So first we have our beta mind, our beta brainwave, which is operating from about 14 to 30 hertz. And that's right now. You can hear me. Maybe you can hear something else going on in the background. You can see the screen. Maybe someone's telling you something in your ear. You're like, oh, yeah, I got you. That's our beta mind, where we're able to process many things at a very high rate. And the next one is our alpha mind. Maybe we're kind of in alpha right now, the participants, people watching on live stream, because you're listening to me and you're fully engaged and you're taking some notes. Kind of where we are when we daydream, when we read, when we watch TV or something on YouTube that's really inspiring creativity in our mind or bringing us ideas, like shifting. It's not like mindless. Sometimes TV can kind of do this, alpha, but it's more that kind of creative zone. And then our theta brainwave is our sleep state, and that's operates from 4 to 7 hertz, so even lower. So you find that we're going beta, alpha, theta, very very slow, and that's where we're operating in an expanded state of influence. So if I'll go back to beta. It's like beta is like having the expanse or way to answer questions from just the people in our state or providence, right? Being able to pick up the phone and say, okay, someone across there, you know the answer, great, thank you. Alpha mind is like having the entire having resources all over the planet and being able to send out a message and say, you got the answer to that, go ahead and let me know when you know. And so that's kind of like our alpha mind sphere of influence. And our theta mind, our theta brainwave, is expanded out to all the millions and trillions of galaxies that are around us, around our beautiful planet Earth, that we can send our question out to and have all these amazing beings and amazing galaxies bring that information to us as we're trusting and knowing and having faith that the answer is going to come from across the galaxy. Right? We can be in our genius and understand that we are the creator. And we can create from that point where we're in our pure potentiality. We're in a state where there are no programs. There is no haze that we have to work to get through, right? So, and then the last brainwave is delta. And delta is extremely slow. It's like 3.5 to 5 hertz. And that is basically where people go when they're in comatose, where the body is in ultra healing mode, or maybe our reptilian brain when we have this instance of like fight or flight or life and death, where you see a mother be able to lift a car to save her baby. That was the delta mind engaging in the muscles to be able to say, nope, you are this strong, you get to do this right now, and then we're going to click back out into your other reality. Or and this is beyond, like the sphere of influence is beyond the universe. It's in all the other dimensions. So it's basically like an active reality switch where you did survive the crash, you didn't survive the crash, maybe it's that choice that you're able to go zoop, this is the one I want, and it happens in a moment. But it's that time where people can sometimes have that almost like, oh, I felt like I was not even in my body, but there was this choice that I could make. So those are our brainwaves. And we actively go to our state of theta consciously with this practice of the one command. And, why we do that is because, we can be able to begin to quiet our emotions and thoughts. All that programming, all that exterior blabber that goes on in our mind that says, no, you can't, maybe you can, try harder, all of that, where we can deepen our level of healing and regeneration of the body because we're in our pure potentiality, and we're taking away and letting go of unsupportive programs that when we're bringing in our manifestation from theta, it's able to regenerate our body. Being able to increase the sense of love for yourself and for others. That's huge. Being able to have a more rediscovery of the love that you have for yourself. Be falling more in love with yourself because you realize and remember you are the master. You are the creator. You can do anything, like our mothers all told us. You can do anything you put your mind to. And they weren't kidding, right? So that's why we are able to consciously operate. That's why we do that. That's why we are shifting our minds into this more self-acceptance, this increasing in creativity, new ideas and problem solving coming in. Having more permanent change as ideas are coming in synergistically and are integrated. Ideas popping in. Who doesn't want that? How many times are we like, it's just not right, I have to figure out? It's okay. Go up to theta. I don't know how I figure out the next step now peacefully and easily. I only know it is so now. Unwind, rewind, come back, and all of a sudden, maybe you have an idea and you just flow, right? That's the piece where we're no longer in this internal struggle and we have to do something to distract ourselves, like, oh, I don't know, I'm going to go eat something, right? Who can identify with that? I know we don't have our cameras on, but that's our comfort zone saying, why don't you go do something else? Because I think we're too much in conflict right now. We're not, we can't find the answer. So let me distract you with something else, right? Instead of staying on track and going, I don't know how, I am on track, I have the answers, and I'm open to the next step now. And being able to sit and be silent and allow it to show up, right? Being in the trusting and the knowing of the evidence that we want to show up on the other side. Oh, what an amazing way to be, right? What an amazing state to be in, right? So that's why we go to our greater capacity within us. It's an entrance into our light self, our luminosity self. That's our highest ascension. This is our God self. And we are expanding this state of awareness and this wonderful power within us. As we access this state more and more, we are remembering that this is the power that's already within our multi-intelligence. And we're actually getting ourselves more into that love frequency and more understanding of our greater mind, our greater capacity, a power within us that is so great that we have control over it. And this is a way to change our barriers, our filters, our programs. And as we're experiencing life from our perfect selves, the world experiences us through our filters. And so it's a way to no longer have the world experiencing us through, oh, don't get too close. Oh, that was scary that you asked me that. I don't know the answer to that. Oh, that's too scary. Why don't we reject that project because it's too scary? And so we can all of a sudden be in the greater space of absolutely already knowing the wisdom of achieving what we want and operating from there, where we're shifting these programs and we're expanding into our universal connection so that we can be in the ease and flow. And our ego, again, is like, okay, I see you. I see that I'm no longer needed, but you know what? We're winning this game. So cool. I'm going to continue to kind of sit back and see how the rest of these things that I might throw in your face are going to be supported and healed. Because as you're in this momentum, then that's when the shift happens. No longer are you like going to be like in the face with a program. It's more kind of subtle. And you can go, oh, hi there. I see you. Yep, we're going to go ahead and shift that right now. I don't know how. We are creating the reality from a sacred space and trusting space and loving space. I only know that it is so now. And then all of a sudden the shift. How you're walking or standing or thinking, being in that creative, that sacred self, that I am the best. I have the support, right? So that's why why we utilize the one command the way we do, because it's getting us into that zone where our soul can sing, right? And we can hear it. It's not being overpowered by all of our programs, right? So let's talk about redreaming and living life as an art, right? That's very exciting, right? So when we redream, or when we're coming back to a dream that we've given up on, our inner child gets excited. And so I'd urge you to, you on the replay or you here on the live stream, what's a dream that maybe you have let go, but you can bring back into focus? And how exciting is that feeling of, Oh yeah, I remember how I was excited about this dream when I first had it. What was that first excitement you had when you first had that dream? And then how can you be committed to being more on time with your dreams? What does that mean? How can we be more authentic with what we need to do to achieve our dreams? And keep dreaming. Don't listen to the people that can't dream or tell you that your dream it's uncomfortable or it's not going to work out, because that's just their programming. That's their programming, their discomfort in their selves of what they're capable of, and they're going to try to pull you back to the herd. Come on back. Come on back to the herd, right? But if you're a leader, as we all are in our lives, we have to pull away from the herd a little bit and be able to check out the landscape. Okay, great. There's the trail there. There's a trail there. Which way am I going to go? What's the better trail? Well, I'm going to be entrusting and knowing that I can figure it out. And go ahead and dream big, like be in that state of expanse so that you can bring in another aspect that maybe you never thought of before of that dream. Or maybe you're not redreaming, but there's a new dream that you haven't quite been ready yet to go towards. And maybe you can pull that towards you by realizing that it's just expanding your sphere of influence and being in that peace, having the inspiration to say, this is how I can start working on that, and then be able to celebrate that baby step, right? Because as we celebrate our baby steps, they keep happening, because we get in that really good feeling of, ooh, I get to celebrate after I take the step. And then our neurology gets excited to continue to have that feeling, and then it gets addicted to having that feeling. So then our program shifts so that we can be in that flow. So focus on your dreams, because that's when we get so excited, right? And what's a smaller dream that can balloon into a larger dream? Because then it can have the compound effect. Then it can just be like small dream, big dream, huge dream. Oh my God, I'm in a new dream, right? So that's really what I want us to focus on with redreaming, is bringing in that excitement, that enthusiasm that you had when you first had it, because that's going to power you. It's going to give you that desire to be in your trusting and using the practice to guide you, right? So the subject of living life as an art, what am I talking about? And I'm talking about living in the possibilities that we can create a world through the chaos and heartache, that there's possibilities on the other side. The world that we're in right now, there's so much turmoil, there's so many things going on, and it would be a mistake to think that rebirth of the earth is separate from ourselves. We're going to be in this rebirth as well. And so how can we be in the possibilities of feeling the other side of fear, and that we can remember that it's actually a really good feeling on the other side of fear, and that when we step out of our comfort zone and we are more in creation, like taking that paintbrush and being able to watch it create, as opposed to just being in reaction mode, then we're more in the we're able to dance more in the playfulness of what's going on in our world, because we're acknowledging that we are creating this, and how we're moving in our body and creating with our body on a daily frequency. Like I said, in the creating our state of excellence and doing that in our body, how can we do that when we're creating our daily realm, our daily mode? So being able to be more in creation of excellence and different possibilities, different perspectives. Picking different colors on a paint palette to change the season, or change the tone, or change the temperature. Having the pivot of our head to go, you know what? I can look at this in a different lens. I can pick a different color for this. It's not set in stone because we're the creator. We can, I'm going to go ahead and restart. New canvas. Right? So that's what I want us to, really be in when we're in our creation of life, of how can I make this like art? How can I be feeding my brain in a different way, right? And the subject that I wanted to talk about just a little bit of detoxifying our world, it's creating conditions of health within yourself to be able to create a shift and change in our atoms and neurology so that others can shift around you. So it's this realization that as we shift, we're detoxifying our body from these toxic energies that maybe have been keeping us bound, right? And as we do that, we're helping others as we interact with them and show up in this way to excuse me, to shift their own physiology and neurology. Excuse me, I gotta take a little drink of water. I'm talking my little throat off. So it's as we're on this realm of detoxifying, we can remember how we embody those states of excellence like I talked about before. And as we're choosing those more resourceful states, we're actually closing off those receptor sites, those addicted receptor sites to negativity and unsupportiveness. And so we're actually operating our brain and our heart at a higher octane level. And it's actually, our blood's able to pump smoother, faster, right? And we're able to change our perception about others that maybe we disagreed about a thought in a different way, and we can actually think about a thought in a different way. Or as we live in the more possibilities of what kind of nutrition we need to be fueling our body so that we can be powered up and ready to go, and maybe in an athletic state to be able to get going on that marathon of life, and not feeling depleted because the nutrition that we've been pouring into our cup, into our physical body, is powering us up, and we have the extra to be able to keep us going. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, before we formulated commands, and really just be in how we can be always challenging our state of excellence so that we can, as we shift and change, we're helping others shift and change and release those toxic parts of our self. Maybe it was a deep-seated trauma that we had inside of us. What did mom tell me about how rich people showing up in the world? Or what did dad show me how to show up in the world physically? And what things were detrimental about that we've been carrying around with us, and we can finally detoxify our body, and let our body be the miracle it is, and be in our state of greatness. So that's I just want to touch on where we are on different commands. So let me go ahead and there we go. And so how the one command works is we are doing this state of surrender. I don't know how. And that's also in our trusting and knowing. I don't know how. And then we're stating what we want to create, or we're stating what we want to create and the evidence on the other side. So I don't know how I'm living, growing, and breathing from a state of peace with confidence and clarity and empowerment now. Ooh, that's amazing, right? And then being in that flow of creating, being able to unwind anything that's not serving us in that manifestation, and then rewinding in that manifestation after we've, of course, expanded it, because that's my favorite part, because then we're getting out of our own way again and letting our state of excellence come in from the universe of something that we have no idea about. So next one would be, I don't know how I live in peace now, or I am the peace now. I only know it is so now. Whew. Or I don't know how it is in me to implement my ideas and have them accepted now. Great. I know we're all probably working on projects, so that's another way of, if someone's trying to be like, oh, I need to command for this person to accept what I'm trying to say to them. Well, command for your ideas to be implemented and accepted. Pure and simple, right? I don't know how I stay in momentum and in action moving forward from win to win. Set yourself up for success, right? So I think that's what I'm bringing to the table. And I know Sue was going to just go with the flow. I want to find out if Fran, if you had any kinds of commands that you were wanting to bring to the table today. If there was anything that you came to the circle wanting to work on.
Big time teams on Monday, and we do not yet know the time on Thursday.
Oh, are you there, Fran?
Hi, Alex. Let me. I'm trying to move. Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, good.
Good to see you. Good
So
to see
for
you.
me, it's just wanting to at this stage, like you said, it's time for like a renewal, especially with what's going on. So, and I can feel that too. So, how do I move forward from this state to being where I want to be or need to be?
So kind of shifting from, shifting from the turmoil that you're feeling, because it's like you're being affected by the current state of the world, or right?
Yes, and that I've seen that even in like my personal life. So, and at my work life. So it's like right now I'm just want to kind of like stop the twirling and be more grounded, I guess.
Okay. So I don't know how I am living in a grounded state of excellence in all that I do.
Okay,
Okay.
I like that.
I
Yeah.
like that too.
Okay.
Okay. So you can go ahead and remute yourself, and I'm gonna get some music going on for us, and then we'll go ahead and go for a ride. Okay, awesome. Just taking my notes here so I know what I'm saying. All right, let me go ahead and get our tunes here, y'all. And so for everyone else on the replay, we have a 6-step process that we do. We go from, there we go. Oh, okay, where am I at here? Okay, so we go from grounding to aligning, and then from aligning, then that's when we're going into our theta state, and we're doing something called rapid eye movement. We're closing our eyes and we're imagining that we're able to look up out through our eyelids, maybe kind of back behind our body, but then we're going to move our consciousness up out of our head. And why we're doing that rapid eye movement is because that's what the physical thing that's helping our brain to shift into our theta brainwave, because that's what's happening when we are sleeping. Our eyes are kind of doing that rapid eye movement while we're in REM, and So that's why we are, I'm going to call that out. Oh, we're going to go ahead and roll our eyes up. And then when we're in our greatest luminosity, this wonderful state of potentiality, that's when we get to state our commands, and then we get to expand. We get to expand them into something even greater. Like it's, we have no idea what it is. And that openness gets our brain even more open for a different possibility that we never even were open to. And then we get to receive with gratitude, and we get to unwind and rewind. We're telling our DNA to unwind and rewind, and we're able to be more in control of how we're integrating. And then I like to reground us. So here we go, getting our music going here. And I'm just going to check my audio real fast. Right. All right. So go ahead and picture, visualize, and just go ahead and start to come into your body more. Start to feel your breath as you're breathing. Start to feel your clothing on your body. Maybe feel how your hands are setting on your body, uncrossing your legs, feeling your feet flat on the ground. And just start to picture or visualize roots coming out the bottom of our feet and starting to flow deep into the earth, and being able to start to wrap around different earth minerals and stones and rubies and amethysts and sapphire and our great mother crystal, and just start to be able to feel that love, that frequency of support from our Mother Earth, feeling that pulsation, and really wrap your roots around all those loving earth stones. Start to draw up, start to picture, visualize drawing up that loving energy through the roots, back up into our feet, back up into our legs, being able to feel our body relax in this alignment that we're coming into, of this good, of our peace now, and our state of excellence and our greatness. Being able to bring that back up our body, back up into our abdomen, and wrapping it around our head as a shield of alignment with our good. And start to zoom into your heart. And we're just going to count our blessings, whatever that may be. Something for you that is so good in your life, people, maybe a situation, maybe a pet, a loved one, something that you accomplished, all of those beautiful blessings. Maybe if you think of a certain person, just send them some love. I love you. Thank you for that blessing. And now I want you to breathe in and breathe out. Picture 360 degrees around you, that you're breathing out that love, that support, that focus of loving earth energy. Breathe in and breathe out again. 360 degrees around us. Great. There we go. And now we're going to start to move our consciousness up out of our head. We're going to picture a golden beam of light coming out the top of our head. And with our eyes closed, we're going to roll our eyes up and visualize our consciousness moving up out of our head, following the golden beam of light out of the ceiling, out of the house, out into the atmosphere, through the clouds, out through, breaking through the Van Allen belt, turn around and see the beautiful earth and all the all the blessed beings on this amazing earth and the amazing diversity of this earth, just being in the pure love for all creation. And we're going to turn our consciousness back up the beam of light and follow that back through or out across our solar system, flying by the planets, and we're gonna punch through the end of the Milky Way as we're flying into all of these millions and trillions and billions of stars and solar systems and galaxies and creative beings. We're flying very fast now as we come up and we get enveloped and wrapped in this blanket of darkness. We feel and we can see this kind of crack, maybe like it's a curtain that we can pull back, and we can punch into this white luminosity of all that is, our pure potentiality, our amazing state of creation. This is you. This is your multi-conscious. This is your God self, your sacred self, your source being. And from here is where we can state our command. I don't know how I am living, growing, and breathing in a state of peace with confidence and clarity and empowerment now. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am gratefully fulfilled. And I don't know how it is in me to implement my ideas and have them accepted now. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. I don't know how I am in the state of excellence in all aspects of my life. I only know it is so now. Thank you, and I am so gratefully fulfilled. And we're going to expand out. We're going to expand into ideas even greater than these manifestations. Just be in the openness. Maybe you see pictures that don't make sense. It's okay. Sounds. Maybe you feel textures or hear textures. Remember, we're in this state of possibilities. Expand. Now we're going to stack a few more commands. I don't know how I am in momentum of staying in action and forward movement from win to win. I only know that it is so now, and I am so gratefully and abundantly fulfilled. I don't know how that I have faith that my good is in each of my steps forward now. I only know I am abundantly fulfilled in gratitude now. So thankful. And I don't know how I am limitless now. I only know that I am so now. Thank you. And I am gratefully, abundantly fulfilled. And let's just go ahead and expand out. Expand into an idea even greater than yourself, even greater than our beautiful manifestations. Expand into something that you've never even known. Expand. The universe knows how to show you this support of the God self of you. Be open to receiving that. now we're going to start to bring in all of those expanses and all of those manifestations into our chest of our multi-conscious being. And let's turn around and go back down the beam of light that's below us. It knows the way home. We can punch back into the void of space and back through, flying through the millions and billions of galaxies and consciousnesses. And we're receiving with gratitude. Yes, yes, yes. It is so. It is so. We're flying down back through the galaxies, popping into the Milky Way, flying, shoot, there goes Jupiter, flying up to the Earth, back down to the clouds, back down into the atmosphere, back down into your place of living, back down into your body. Yes, yes, yes. We are receiving in gratitude. It is so, it is so, it is done. And now we're going to zoom into our DNA and we're going to start to unwind. We're going to ask our DNA to unwind. And we're unwinding unusable, unneeded programs that are not in support. They're not in alignment with our new manifestations coming in. And we're just going to allow those that energy to drop down back into the earth, back through our roots, back so that Mother Earth can recycle it and make it new. Unwind, unwind, unwind. I don't have the correct way. Unwind. I am in my own way. Unwind. I can't stay in momentum. Unwind. I am in chaos. Unwind, unwind. I am unhealthy. Unwind, unwind. I am unsupported. Unwind. There we go. And now we're going to start to rewind. We're going to fill those holes that are programs that were supporting us. We're going to fill those holes with new support, new way of being. This new holographic image of I am moving from win to win. I am, my riches are welcomed. I am valued. My ideas are heard and accepted. I am in a constant state of excellence. Rewind, rewind. I am peace now. I am 100% healthy now. I am in a state of constant great production of new cells and trust and knowing. Rewind, rewind, rewind this new state of implementation. Rewind this new state of limitlessness. Rewind. And as you're still integrating these amazing new manifestations that's coming in from the universe and the outer edges of the galaxy, we're just going to start to reground ourselves in this new state of being. As we're rewinding our DNA, we're going to recreate new roots that are coming out of our feet, moving down to the minerals, wrapping around the gold and platinum and uranium and mother crystal and our amazing geostones, that, you know, our specific birthstone, whatever that is for you, our rubies, our sapphires, our amethysts, our tiger's eye, our topaz, our amber, whatever that is. Rewind and wrap those roots around to start to feel that good, feel that pulsation of the earth, bringing up that pulsation, that alignment with your peace, that alignment with your momentum, your alignment of your empowerment, your alignment of your limitlessness, your alignment with your absolute state of genius. And bring that up into your legs, back up into your body, wrap it around your body in a warm blanket or a cool blanket, whatever feels good to you, and wrap it around and just be in this state of integration and peace. And as we're finding that we are coming to completion with our integration, we can go ahead and open our eyes and come back into the room. You can see I have some balloons on the screen here to see the beautiful colors. You can look around and see some colors in the room. Move your body a little bit, and remember that tingling that you're feeling, that's your greatness. That's your greatness saying, hi, thank you for allowing me to be alive. Yeah, exactly. Some of us that are kinesthetic, we need to move our God body. This is our new God body that we can be in our state of excellence. Yes, there we go. There we go. Woo! Okay. So the next step is our inspired action and our inspired wonder for what the opportunity is that is going to come to us. So be ready for it. It's going to come up, and it might be subtle. It might be in your face, right? So going, oh, okay, I'm gonna be in action in a peaceful and easy way. It doesn't have to be chaotic, but just starting to think about what is the evidence that I want to see on the other side? What's the outcome that I want to have that's in my favor? And starting to have that be how we are moving our thought process forward, right? Woo! What a way to be, right? That's the state to be in our excellence, right? There we go. So how I like to close out the circle is I like to bring in a little affirmation. We used to do this when we would do circles in person. We would say left eye to left eye. We would say, Fran, I absolutely know and witness your command being activated in you now. And I see you walking in your new manifestation now. So we're going to do that for each other. I'll do it for Fran, and then Fran can do it for Sue, and then Sue can do it for me, and then we'll close out. Okay? So Fran, I absolutely know and witness your command being activated in you now, your state of excellence bubbling out of you in every step that you take, every move you make. And Fran, I see you walking in your new manifestation of your limitlessness now.
Sue, I absolutely know and witness your command being activated in you now. I see you walking in your new manifestation now.
Thank you, Fran. Alex, I absolutely know and witness your command being activated in you now. I see you walking in your new manifestation of abundance, prosperity, joy, and your God self manifest now, and I fully support you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Oh. Well, my beautiful beings, I am so happy to be able to bring this home for us, to be able to be a conduit for creating good in the world. So I would ask that you, when I post this in the group, go ahead and post the command that you attach to that's helping you, or a command that came up for you, right? because when we do that, that helps the group be able to grow. And as I like to say, where energy goes, energy grows, right? It's that
Yes.
it's that creative addictiveness to our good that can happen, right? So let's be in the expanse. So thank you so much for joining this week. We will have another circle next week. I love doing this. I love to serve the community. And if there's anyone that wants to book a discovery session with me, that's complimentary. And that's like a 15 to 20 minute session, so we can sit down and think about what it would be for you to be able to have success coaching from me. How would it work, and would it be a right match? So anyone that wants to take a look at my calendar, they can go ahead and look at that link. It's a bit.ly/ZKH3. It was a really long link, so I wanted to shorten that. And then I don't think you can type in the code discovery because I just made it a free booking session. But yeah, I would love to help anybody that would want to be, having me help them in their day-to-day, more than just this free weekly circle. And I'm happy to be that conduit to see your amazing excellence in everything you do. So let me just go ahead and see here. So I just want to do a slight recap here before we leave. And I'm so just thankful for everyone being able to experience our circle today. So today we talked about some pretty amazing stuff, I would say. We talked about the way that we are constantly needing to be in our state of our good, right? How can we be serving from our saucer, not our cup, and being in our faith and trusting? Faith and trusting helps us activate our amazing greater capacity even faster because it lets our ego let go. So be in that remembrance that that's how we can truly become more in touch with our greater good and all the wonderful benefits of the theta state. Maybe if you're having a little headache, just go up to theta and see what there is to be able to discover in the answer of, I need to be in peace. I want to be in a greater state of excellence right now, or a state of peace and calm. And also remembering that when we're creating our new reality, we can do it from a redream or creating our life as art. So always remember that as we are moving forward in our wonderful state of excellence and our state of creating life as art and detoxifying our world, we can always remember that we can create those wonderful states in our body, creating those new anchors of excellence in everything we do, right? So as we leave, I like to just get our soul engaged. You missed the first time, Fran, because we like to dance in. So we're going to dance out so that our little kid inside can play. So I'm going to get our lovely dancing track over here up and going so that we can just dance it out. We can play, and we'll see you all next time. So here we go. Here's our dance.
Hi, everyone.
Take care, and always remember to be in your good flow. Because we can dance like no one cares. Because we all love each other, right? We're all connected in our state of excellence. There we go. There we go. Absolutely. So remember, we're having another circle again next week, and so happy to have everyone be able to join us. And I wish you well, and I wish you peace, and I am so happy to have you join us here on the replay. Happy to have you join us here on the live stream. So we'll have another circle again, 7 Central next Wednesday. And so from now until then, I'm witnessing your state of excellence in everything you do. All right, bye-bye for now. And so let me go ahead and do my closing here. All right. So thank you so much for everyone that joined us on the live stream. I'm so thankful for all of the amazing abilities that I'm able to unlock in everyone and everything that we do. I want to have us remember that prosperity is truly our birthright. And so I'm here to help you unlock that. So come join us again next Wednesday, same bat time, same bat channel, and we can begin to create shifts and growth in whatever area of life you would like to shift. And I would like to say, remember to always be in a state of gratitude, joy, and love as we're creating this expanse and ever-changing of our own universe. So this is Alex Wren from Lifetime Quantum Wellness, wishing you well and saying take care, be the peace, be the excellence, and be limitless every step of your life.